Welcome, everyone, to episode 14 of Over the Line podcast. We don't have much now that the Stanley Cup finals are over. NBA finals seems like it's wrapping up probably tomorrow night, honestly, the way it's going.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. But anyone got anything from last week that they want to bring up? Anything that they are upset about or happy about?
Just another brutal weekend of golf and NASCAR, especially.
Yeah.
Golf, man. I mean, I missed my top 20 parlay by a combined 5 strokes, I think. I think one guy was stroke off. 2 other guys were 2 strokes off.
Pause.
Yeah. Chase Elliott finished 3rd in the race. Just shitty weekend.
Yeah.
I literally twice now in a row, 2 tournaments in a row. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take like 2 at least favorites and maybe a third guy not quite favorite in a top 20. You're telling me Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, and Shane Lowry all combined to get what, like negative 50 or plus 50 on the weekend? Like, what are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah, it's golf. Just I don't even know how to I don't know how to bet it anymore.
Also, like, I understand. Like, I was here. It was a shitty week for golf.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. Weather was terrible. They had to give people refunds for Saturday. Like, the whole 9 hours. It was terrible.
And that course is just stupid.
Like, it's difficult as shit.
The videos
unnecessarily so.
Mowing it was hilarious, though.
Yeah, but so it's like I get like anything can happen, but you're telling me the 2 of the favorites and a guy Shane Lowry who's performed well this year. I don't think any of them were even like remotely close to the top 20, let alone like inside of it.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me. So at this point, I'm throwing shit against the wall because what could possibly be worse for me than that? Two tournaments in a row and getting like nobody in the top 20 when most of them were like in the top 5 of betting odds. Like I don't, so that's my rant for the week. I got nothing.
No, I totally understand that. Like it just guys that are consistently hitting top 20, like as soon as we bet on them, they just miss the cut, and you're like, what the.
Yeah, I got no. I mean, again, not a golf expert by any means.
No, I'm not either.
But I've tried to put in the effort. I've tried to be like, well, let me look at the past results here. Let's see how this dude's playing this year. What kind of like I've done that stuff, and every time it's like, no, doesn't matter one bit. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'm just gonna start guessing and shit. So can't do worse.
We'll get into that then here soon. We'll go ahead and kick off first with probably something Shane doesn't have, but the Great American Getaway this weekend.
Sounds fun, whatever it is.
Going to Pocono.
Yeah.
Going to Pocono. So, Dalton, I'm pretty sure you have a bet on this one. So let's hear what you got. I want to see if I have what you have.
So I'm kind of going a different route this week. I'm not taking a driver.
Oh, okay.
Because I just can't catch a break with betting on drivers. But I do feel pretty confident just because of the fact that Denny Hamlin's kind of fallen off a little bit. If he's not in the mix, a Chevy is going to win this track. I'm taking winning manufacturer Chevy at plus 130.
Yeah. All right.
And you know what? Do I throw money away on a driver? Now I'm tempted.
Yes, you do.
The poll is
yeah, I do it. I'm going to take William Byron plus 700.
There we go.
All right. Shane, I have to ask, do you have any?
You know what? I can't do. I probably should start because I can't do worse. It's like I've been avoiding. Like I don't know what's going on. I can't be worse than the golf. So I might
technically you're undefeated.
Sure. Yeah. No, I not this week. I might have to jump into it though eventually at this rate.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I kind of went a little crazy on my bets and just not crazy as far as like what I'm betting on, but I have 4 bets. I did take Hamlin outright to win. plus 500. I took Ryan Blaney to finish top 3 at plus 260. He's won this in the past. I also took Chase Elliott to finish top 3 at plus 470. He's won this in the past. And then the surprise one is a blast from the past. I took Kyle Busch to finish top 3 at plus 950. He used to have a field day at Pocono back in the day. And by back in the day, like 8 years ago. But in NASCAR, that's forever ago. So, hey, maybe racing at his old stomping grounds here that he'll just pull one out. And I'll take – he doesn't even have to win, just top 3 at plus 950. So I kind of just threw a bunch of shit at the wall and let's see what sticks there. So let's go ahead and move on. This is the Travelers this weekend.
Yeah,
the Travelers. So Shane, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? I know you said you were throwing a bunch of shit at the wall this weekend.
Man, why not? All right, so I'm doing something that I didn't think I'd ever say on this podcast, and I'm doing it because I'm hoping maybe it'll be like reverse luck. You know what I mean? Like doing the thing that you absolutely shouldn't do based on our podcast history might be the thing you have to do. I'm going Oberg to win at plus 2,500. I'm doing it. I don't care. I figured why not just bet on the one person I shouldn't, because it can't do worse than I've been doing. Just simply can't. And like maybe he'll be terrible again, and I'm like, whatever. So would have been the other guy I picked, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so there's that, and then I have a top 20 of Max Homa at plus 230, just because I'm just taking random guys that I've seen before, pretty much. Jason Day at plus 160, and Sepp Straka minus 110, the only one that actually has minus odds. My top 20 parlay for a plus 1,538 on the afternoon. That is one that is closer to what I normally do with these, what I was doing, and I was having more success with ones that look like this, despite the fact that it makes no sense for that to be the case.
Yeah.
But so I'm going back to the well. We're going to see if we can get something a little bit goofy to happen here. So that's what I got for golf this week.
No, I respect it. Dalton, what do you got?
So, yeah, this is a tricky week. Seeing who's bounced back from that rough U.S. Open. My thinking this week was, if you looked okay at the U.S. Open, like if you were not getting absolutely demolished by that course, you must be playing some pretty good golf. That was kind of my thinking. So I tried to really capitalize on that. And guys that have been playing good golf lately. So my winner this week is Victor Hovland at plus 3,000. Finished third last week. I don't know. I don't trust the big three this week, and so I'm gonna go with Hovland here. And then to finish top 5, I'm taking Keegan Bradley. It was at plus 550, but I got a little odds boost on that, so I got it at plus 688 on Keegan Bradley to finish top 5. Another guy that's playing some decent golf lately. I think he can really sneak into the top 5 this week. And then I took Shane Lowry top 10 at plus 300 just because, I like the vibes.
He's dead to me.
I get it. He's burned me a lot, but he's also one of the few guys that have hit on a couple times this year.
That's also the case for me.
Yeah.
And then I got a really fun parlay here. 3 guys to all finish top 20. These are 3 guys that are very quietly playing some really good golf over the last several weeks. I've got Nick Taylor, Harris English, and Ben Griffin to all finish top 20. I got that at plus 1531.
So I'm loving these picks, and I'm telling you why here. I have Keegan Bradley to finish top 20 and Harris English to finish top 20 in mine. And this parlay I have on top of Xander Schauffele at top 20 and then Scotty at top 10. And all four of those guys is at plus 881. All these dudes have won in the past. So that's why I was like, I'm going to try to hit this one time where just all the past winners finish either top 20 or top 10. So I'm loving that you're on board with that one. And then I just had to throw some money on Scotty to win it because he won last year, and he's going to golf. So
I get it.
And it was at plus 300.
Yeah, he did not have a terrible weekend.
No,
still finished top 10.
Yeah, that course is very hard, and like you said, if you're playing good golf there, or you're probably playing good golf in general, or you could have just been super lucky, also. So, is JJ Spawn going to go out and win more tournaments? I don't know.
You think if he starts winning a lot of tournaments, they should start calling it like spawn camping or something?
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Be pretty sweet.
Spawn camping.
I'm gonna find a way to play Oakmont at some point and then try to break 160 because I don't think I could. One, I don't play golf at all, so there's that. That's kind of the first problem.
Well, I was saying that putt that Spawn hit at the end. I think if you chained me to the court to that spot and said I have to with no food or water and said I couldn't leave that spot until I sank that putt, I'd die there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way.
Honestly.
Simply no chance. I haven't picked up a club in probably 8 years. I feel if they told me you have to not just get +8 on every hole or whatever it is before you just don't get to play anymore, yeah. I'd die. That if it was to play for my life, it'd be over. So
see, I play a couple times a month and I'm I don't know if I'd break 200 on that course.
It's just there's no way. It's insane.
It's ridiculous. It's so narrow. And then if you miss the fairway, your ball's just plugged.
Yeah.
It's you have to go look for it in the grass. All right, man, whatever.
If I played honestly and truly how you should, I probably would at 225.
Yeah.
It's
and I'm giving and that's even seeming kind of hard.
Yeah. Even if I was taking a few breakfast balls on every other hole, I'd still probably end up struggling to break 200.
Yeah, it's just not normal course, but
no. So yeah, that we'll see what happens. Hey, we have to win sometime. I mean, I feel like all of us just lose all the time in the PGA. I mean,
yeah.
Scott, I haven't really hit much since Scotty and Rory went on that little heater for those few weeks.
Yeah.
So I need something to happen here.
If I end up down 50 units on golf, I might have to stop.
You might just have to retire for the year. Try again next year, type of thing.
I respect it.
If that's the case, though, you got to really go for it that last time you can bet before. You got to try to get it all back comfortably.
Yeah. You have to put 5 units on something that's plus 2,000 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's either I'm done or I'm getting it all back. Yeah, I'll put it all on Oberg for sure.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Put the house on Oberg.
Yeah. So we'll move on here. I have some MLB picks for more. I don't know if you guys do.
I have an MLB parlay.
Yeah, me too.
We have a few guys going. Or a few guys that are pitching more. I'm excited about. So I have just a 4-leg parlay, and I have the Pirates and Tigers doubleheader in there for both games within the parlay. So I'm excited for that. So the first game is Tigers -1.5. Scooble's on the mound. Have to take it. Sorry.
They won't get a Shane. It'll be a no-hitter for sure.
Yeah, he's just lights out right now. I have the Giants money line against the Guardians. Logan Webb's pitching. And then I have for the second Tigers-Pirates game, I have Pirates money line. Skeen's on the bump. So we'll see what happens.
They won't win, but they'll make it a game because he's pitching.
Yeah. If they can keep it within a run or two, you never know.
They pretty much always do. It's just usually again, he's 4-6 with a sub-2 ERA. Only a Pirates team is capable of doing this.
So it's just crazy. So if they can keep, like I said, if he can keep within 1 or 2, you never know. If get a couple guys on base. O'Neal Cruz up the bat, smashes one into the.
Yeah, it's 142 miles an hour.
Yeah.
To the face of the center fielder.
Yeah. And then I had the Phillies money line against the Marlins. Phillies are pretty decent. Marlins are hit or miss right now. You just never know. So all four of those is at plus 671.
I like it.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Dalton, you got anything in the MLB for tomorrow?
I got a 3-leg parlay here. I'm taking the
here we go.
Reds money line against the Twins. I think the Reds gotta eventually get it together and start getting competitive in the Central. It's gonna happen.
We're tied with you in the cards, bro.
Casey loves to hear it.
Yeah, dude, we've won 9 out of our last 12.
They're getting hot. They're my pick.
Yeah.
They were still my pick to win the division this year. I think
we're up
they're gonna
3-1. We're up 3-1 right now in the second.
I like it. I think they're gonna win tomorrow against Minnesota. And then I'm also taking Tigers minus 1.5 in that first game of the doubleheader. Mostly because Scooble pitching against Pirates. I think if
that's the absolute nuclear bomb versus coughing baby opportunity here. It's just the best opportunity for that one.
Yeah.
If the Pirates get or if the Tigers get 3 runs, they're gonna cover 1.5.
Yeah.
They
might only need 2. Let's be real.
I was about to say they might just need 2.
Yeah.
Bullpen will have a night off.
Yeah. And then similar logic to the Scooble pick, I'm taking Braves minus 1.5 against the Mets at plus 152 because they got Strider on the mound. Mm-hmm. So those 3 picks I parlayed together at plus 725.
Nice.
Pretty good for 3.
Watch, Scooble's going to pitch tomorrow, and the Pirates are going to hang 8 runs on him or something.
If that happens, you should retire. But just
no, they'll hang 8 runs on him, and then somehow they'll still lose 10.
Oh, no, yeah. Heaney will have an absolute blow-up start, and they'll just shit the bed, yeah. No, they've actually, the worst part is they've been fine recently, and it's just I'd rather you just be really bad. It's being fine with this team is stupid. I don't want it.
That's always the worst. They win 2 in a row, and then they'll lose 1, then they'll win another 2, and then they'll lose 4. And you're
it's
what the hell?
Just can you stop it?
Yeah.
At this point, I just want them to be so terrible that I can get $8 tickets behind home plate in 2 months. That's pretty much what I'm hoping for at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of my best possible outcome of this season. No, so I have a 5-legger, like I always do for MLB. I got the Yankees minus 1.5 at home against the Angels. This team needs to score runs again at some point, and they just haven't really been doing it. And Rodon's on the mound. He's been really good this year. I feel like they can cover this game, hopefully, for the Yankees' sake. Need to get it together a little bit here. Blue Jays minus 1.5. Gosman on the mound. Feel pretty good about that. They've been actually better than I would have thought this year. Definitely, I thought they were hovering closer to 500 than 6 games up at this point. So good for them. Tigers plus 1.5 in the Skeens start specifically. I just don't trust this team to give him any run support. So I think that even if they do win a 2-1 type of game, I think it's something like that. I don't think they win by even 2 runs most likely. Orioles plus 1.5 at Tampa. Charlie Morton's got it together since he had the worst start of his season of his career earlier this year. So I kind of think he can kind of keep it together. And the Rays aren't. I don't know what to do with the Rays. They might be getting sold. I heard whatever. The Rays are kind of one of those weird teams. Yeah. And then Astros minus 1.5. It's the Athletics. So that's kind of. I'm sure if Jake was here, right now he should be either at the game or I don't know if the game's still going on. He would tell you the same thing. So. But that altogether is a plus 2,463.
I like that. The game should be starting for him here in about 15 minutes. So
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
All right, why is my
Casey?
My Alexa.
What are you trying to ask Alexa for?
Sorry about that. No. I don't know why I did that. All right. Freaking technology.
Yeah, damn internet technology.
It's the FBI. Anyways, before we get into the NBA, Dalton, Shane, do you guys have anything different that you're betting on this weekend?
I do.
This is mainly for you, Dalton. Yep. Yeah. Here we go.
So, after my first week betting PLL, I actually went 3-1 last weekend.
I was going to ask
Nice.
you about that. I couldn't remember exactly what your picks were, so I was looking to see if you hit it,
So,
but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I actually had some success because I straight bet them. I didn't parlay it, so I actually made money on those picks. Didn't make up for everything I lost on everything else, but
Yeah, I mean it never works that way.
But this week the PLL is at this is another one of their homecoming weekends where they all play at like one team's home site. So this week they're in Maryland at Homewood Field, which is Johns Hopkins Stadium.
Oh, cool.
And this is the homecoming for the Whipsnakes, so they're playing a doubleheader this weekend. First game of the weekend, though, I am taking the Water Dogs -1.5 against the Atlas at +114. And the Atlas just have not looked super impressive this year. And the Water Dogs, I mean, they just have too much talent. And then for the Whipsnakes' first game of the weekend, they're playing the Boston Cannons on Friday night. I'm taking Whipsnakes money line at +110. Teams in these homecoming games, they've done pretty well in their first one there. I believe it's a nationally televised game. I believe Friday night games are televised and not on ESPN Plus. And so I think that's going to work in Maryland's favor. And I just see that first night game at Homewood Field. I feel like there's going to be too much positive vibes for them. And then in their next game on Saturday, they played back-to-back days. That's been kind of brutal for teams to play, especially this time of year. I'm taking the Chaos money line at +100 against the Whipsnakes. I think while the Chaos haven't been playing great, I think they're going to beat the Whipsnakes just because I think the Whipsnakes are going to run out of gas. And then finally, we've got Archers and Outlaws in the last game of the weekend, in the noon game on Saturday. And I'm taking under 22.5 total goals at -120 or total points. These are not teams that do a ton of scoring. The Archers are a big possession team. While they do hit a lot of like 2-pointers, they don't really they haven't been like running up the score this year like the Archers of old used to. And the Outlaws are very much kind of just a very vanilla team. I don't see us being a super high scoring game.
All right.
There we go.
I'm realizing that I don't really know the scoring for lacrosse that well. So you said 2-pointer. I'm like,
So normal lacrosse, just every goal is a point, right?
Right.
But
that's what I thought. Yeah.
In the pros, they have a 2-point arc, which is very similar to like basketball 3-point line. So it's like I think about 18 or so yards out. I forget the exact number, maybe 20. Wow. Those shots are worth 2 points.
All right.
Gotcha.
Good to know. That's interesting.
Yeah, I did not know that either.
It makes the game fun.
I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. And Shane, do you have anything crazy that you're betting on?
Fortunately not. I'm really, as we all are, especially considering a lot of our backgrounds, we're waiting for football to start. Like that's what we're waiting, because that's when we can start making a little bit of headway, hopefully. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for now.
All right.
So bet on whether or not Henry Ruggs gets the team.
Oh yeah, didn't he like talk or something somewhere?
He's like he wants to get back into the league.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, you don't say.
I'm sure he's gonna just be like absolutely flooring it into whatever team facility he gets offered into. Like he's gonna just fly there as soon as fast as he can.
On over.
As fast as he
I don't think anyone's gonna actually bring him in for a workout. I think he'd have to do like a Kaepernick type thing where he just holds a workout and teams can like cowardly show up if they want.
Yeah, they can send like the guy that rewinds the tapes in the basement.
Yeah, that guy, or like the East, like the Southern Hemisphere Scout, whatever the hell the name is.
Yeah.
Like, something like that. No, I don't know. The thing
all
with
they're gonna want
Ruggs
to see it.
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's
All
weird.
they want to see
It's
is
just
40 time.
Oh yeah,
Like,
like
if
he's
you-
still
yeah.
fast. All right, cool. We can work with that.
He's only 26.
Yeah, the age is not really the problem. I would say it's
Yeah.
probably other stuff, but
Yeah.
you
That's
hope
gonna be-
you hope he's able to avoid that type of thing in the future,
Yeah.
regardless of whether he plays again. But maybe just get him a driver. I don't know how much he's going to get paid, but just make sure he doesn't be doing that.
Enough to afford a driver.
That's
Like,
about it. Yeah, it's like your contract is X amount plus this driver that we're going to have free.
Yeah, I'd imagine he might not have his license anymore.
No, absolutely not.
No, probably not.
Yeah. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
I saw Damon Arnett is. I think he's with the Vikings. Is that what it was?
Oh God, I forgot about him. I haven't heard that name in a minute.
I think that it might have been a different team. I forget. I heard his name and I'm like, Damon Arnett.
Thing is, he wasn't even like that good. Like Ruggs was beginning to show some promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. But
And Arnett's like legitimately like, I don't know. Arnett, I think Arnett is actually like what Ruggs did is worse, but Arnett I think is at his core a worse person.
Like he's a bad person. Henry Ruggs did a really stupid thing, and Damon Arnett is just a bad dude apparently. Like it seems like. Oh, it's the Texans, by the way. That's who signed him. Because the Texans need more things to worry about.
Yeah.
That's fine. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna bet on
the
series is over or not.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get in. Let's get into this game 6. This feels like a spot where the whole playoffs the Pacers thrive in, and this is where they step up and win. But something about that game the other night, or something about game 5 the other night, just like it just felt like it was over. Like the magic felt like it left.
Yeah, Tyrese is hurt. That's what it is. The magic was him. He was the magic, right?
Yeah.
Like what he was doing late in games, especially, and I don't know if he's going to play or not, but I don't know if it matters because he's not going to be himself. I imagine. So I really don't think. I mean, not to spoil anything, but like I have Thunder -6.5. I think the series is over, and I think that it's going to be. This is a series that needs to be over, in my opinion, because one, like, just kind of a sad way for it to go out if Tyrese isn't going to be able to be himself anyway, regardless whether it gets to game 7 or not. And frankly, like, the better team is going to end up winning this, but you got to give it to the Pacers for making it real interesting for a couple games there. But that's kind of what I think is going to happen. So,
yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'll go with. I'm going to believe in the Pacers at their. I'm going to take the spread at +6.5. I'm not going to take them to win.
I get that.
I'm going to hope that there is some magic left. Hopefully, Halliburton plays tomorrow, and he gets like Michael's special stuff. And,
right, the special sauce.
Yeah, but yeah, cortisone. Yeah, but I did take +6.5, and just in case he doesn't play, I took Pascal Siakam to record a double-double.
Like
so if you take those two and parlay it, it's at +448. I think if they do hit this +6.5, regardless of how Burton plays at 100% or not, Pascal's going to have a huge game.
Yeah.
So I think a double-double is well within reach for him. And they've just been eating Chet up. Like Chet's just been getting ate up by him.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. All right, Shane, what do you got for tomorrow?
Like I said, just under +6.5. I think they're going to kind of run away with it and finish the series off. I don't think Tyrese plays, and if he does, I think he doesn't last long. Cavs are they're tough. I mean, we saw what happened with KD in the finals back with that whole situation. I'm not expecting that to be the case for Tyrese, especially hopefully not if he plays. But like, it's just when you don't have that ability to push off that leg and do that stuff, like you're just not going to be the same guy. So I think Thunder have just too many dudes. Someone will have a huge game, whether it's Shea or if it's J-Dub. Like someone will have a huge game and I think put the series to bed.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are non-believers.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, look, as far as Tyrese goes, I think having so much time between games helps him at least figure. Maybe not. I don't know if rest is going to really matter, but I think figuring out how to play with it over the last couple of days might be more of the thing than anything. Gives coaching staff time to kind of game plan how they're going to make it work, how to kind of mask what he can't do. And at the end of the day, this is a 3-2 series, and we've got a home team in an elimination game getting plus 210 odds on the money line. In a series that I don't trust the Thunder. I don't trust this Thunder team to just be able to for sure go out there and put this away on the first shot. I think this is almost like, I think Game 7's a formality. I think the Thunder definitely win this series, but I think they might let this one slip away and then probably stomp the Thunder in Game 7 at home. But I do think the Thunder stopped the Pacers in Game 7, but I think Indiana gets there, and I think they win this one. And I love the value. Value's big thing.
The value is good. Like I think it'd be different if I was more confident Tyrese was one going to play at all and two was going to be good if he plays.
Yeah.
But I think stands him being himself. I don't know if this Pacers team has the firepower basically to kind of keep this going. So, and you hope so because it's way more interesting to get this to Game 7, even if it means that Tyrese is still not 100%. But it just kind of feels like this is a series that needs to be done. Basically, is kind of what I'm thinking, and I think it's probably better if it is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm leaning at this point. So,
yeah, it feels, it just feels all but over for the Pacers. Like you said, Dalton, Game 7 will just be a formality at this point. It's, I don't know, maybe next year because
the East is low key looking. I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
when have you heard that before?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I don't know if would Game 7 be before our next show. I would assume so.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
I think it would be Saturday or Sunday.
Hopefully,
I'm pretty sure it would be Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah,
I'd have to look, but yeah, like
anyways, But anyway, so we'll know next week. And then next week we're definitely going to have to dig deep. We're going to have to dig in our bag to see what we're going to be betting on because it's going to be baseball heavy probably.
There's a lot of soccer friendlies that are like in the US. Like a lot of European teams are coming to the US. I'm actually going to a game next Thursday.
Cool.
I'm gonna see the Red Bulls play.
Nice.
So I'll have to have a bet on that.
There you go.
For sure. I'm going to the game.
All right. Yeah. So I'll have to brush up on some soccer then. Maybe some table tennis. We'll see. So
PLL guy. You just gotta
I gotta figure it out,
Yeah. Also, shout out Jake. I know he's not on here. He was his Canadian Football League. He was 3 for 4 on his picks.
Ooh, so I was
3 and 1. Sorry.
Yeah, I was 50-50 on mine, despite taking all the underdogs there.
Oh, you took the underdogs.
Yeah.
So he was close. I took all of his picks in parlay, and I almost cashed out because he was offering a good cash out, and I did not let it ride, but he was close. So we'll have our MLB parlay for tomorrow. I don't know who all plays at what time. I don't know if we have an early game or not.
There's a couple early games.
Yeah,
but
so
there's plenty. There's a lot of games tomorrow though, so we don't.
Yes.
We can push it out a little while if we want to.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out. But look out for that. And we do appreciate you guys watching episode 14 tonight. We will see you guys next week, same time at 9:30 Eastern for episode 15. plenty of baseball, plenty of PLL, plenty of soccer. I'm sure we'll have some NASCAR, PGA. So we'll figure it out. Football is right around the corner.
Speaking of football, next week,
good.
it was supposed to be yesterday, but I think it'll be next week now. So I want to get it started because I will be out for a week in July. I'll let you guys know about that a little bit later. But the first episode of what's going to be our NFL show on this channel should be dropping next Tuesday at 8:30. Still kind of determining who all is going to be on that first one, but that will be our NFL and football related stuff for the most of the year until we get more into the scouting season. So look out for that, guys.
All right, yeah. So we'll be promoting that on the Twitter page. We'll make sure we'll get it all out there, or X, whatever you want to call it.
It's Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, but everyone knows it as that. Like I said, look out for us next week, same time. If you follow us, hopefully your golf picks hit. Hopefully you guys are like just fading us on all our golf picks.
This might be just just fade golf and you hope for the best on the rest of them. But hopefully you're making money somehow, somewhere.
Yeah, I like to think there's some random dude in like Iowa right now that's just
there's just podcasts for these guys. Like their golf picks are like so horrendous. I just fade all of them. I'm making so much money.
Yeah, he's like, I was able to buy that truck out there. You see
I refinanced my house. Like it's awesome.
Can we bet on guys to like do badly? Like can
I want to bet on JJ Spawn to not even make the cut this weekend if he's even playing.
Somewhere, I'm sure you can. I don't know where, and I don't know if I feel like that's the problem I have with that is like I don't want these guys to be bad ever.
Yeah,
like I don't want to be betting on the downfall of people that often. Like you already kind of do that when you're doing like, especially team sports. Like you want the other team you're not betting on to lose.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when you get into individual sports, like I start to feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's Oberg.
Right, but that's because he's personally hurt us. He's hurt us on a personal level. So.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching.